here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, in these times of having distance between us, I find that I feel more connected with more people than ever. I find myself talking on the phone to people more. I'd almost forgotten my phone could make a call. So used to only doing email or WhatsApp. And here we are talking to more people. And look at this gathering, 43 people so far this morning from all around the world. And feel the connection between our hearts. And what a gathering of amazing healers.
Yeah.
Just, I feel so honored to know you and to be part of gathering you together. It's such a time where it's so needed in the world. And I think when all these sort of strange things that demand our growth and our transformation are happening, that it's really important to bring in more of this feminine energy, the soft, the loving, as Sophia will say, the yes, the welcoming, the receiving, and the tremendous power and courage that goes with that. There was a beautiful chain of conversation in one of our advanced group WhatsApps about women and feminine power. And that was really the inspiration for that. And so I asked Glorianne if she'd speak just a little bit about some of the wise woman comments that came in that group that was inspiration for today. You have to unmute there. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much, Paul. This is amazing. So I had in between two dreams received a message, and it was 3 words, simple words: raise feminine energy. And I tried to wrap my mind around it, and I had asked a few people, what does this mean to you? And I thought I would put it out to my advanced group. And wow, it was really very beautiful, because we went around and people added their thoughts. If you had received the little graphic with it, some of the things were on there. We spoke about redeeming the universal feminine. We talked about the energy of love versus fear, liberating your sensitivity. The world is shifting now, obviously. Your inner receiver. So, and acknowledgement. So for me, it was something that I couldn't, again, wrap my own personal mind around it, because I have whatever, things that have come into my life and how my definition of things are. And I really needed to have it open to everybody else. And this is where we are. And the message is clear to, raise your, oh gosh, what did I say it was? Raise the feminine energy. And I had wished that there was more to that, but, this is a journey. We're figuring this out. This is our learning school, and here we are together.
Yeah. And I want to acknowledge the brave men who are here with us today. And of course, we all have the male and the female within us. And it's a time for us as men to connect with that female energy as well, to develop it. And so as we make our journey today, we'll guide the women into their womb where their wise woman dwells. But for us, for the guys, I think it's really in our heart that we need to go. So thanks for coming, guys, too.
I'd like to add, I was meditating about it yesterday, about this topic and theme. For me, the divine feminine doesn't necessarily even have to have a sexual orientation. When we really tap into our soul is having in different incarnations male and female energy and experiences. So I think what the theme for me is really awakening the divine feminine, which connects us to something much bigger, to a different consciousness than what we experience in our physical body. When it comes to me for awakening the feminine within our physical body, whether we are experiencing the male or the female human experience, it's for me really in the womb, but where the second chakra is, the orange one, the one of creativity, of connection, of playfulness, which I don't know how many at the moment feel playful. At least the people who contacted me, there is a lot of fear. So tapping into playfulness, tapping into pleasurable things, having a receptive energy versus what we in the systemic world call the perpetrator energy. So rather going into a receptive, intuitive versus rational energy, and combining the two, rational and intuition, finding a balance and an alignment between the masculine and the feminine within your human experience as the spiritual being who you truly are. And the more we can remind ourselves about this at the moment in our challenging time, and we all had personal challenges and many go through personal challenges, even within the global shift, the more we can really tap into the love and the divine and the feminine energy, so to speak, and be the channel for that. In every situation where somebody seems in a difficult situation, we can hold that energy within us and be the mirror for the other person. So for me, the feminine qualities are also empathy and gentleness and sensitivity, again, versus having a forceful energy. It might be needed, so I think it needs a balance, but tapping into the creativity and into the playfulness is something I want us to maybe awaken a bit more today again within ourselves. Having this fluidity of movement, obviously we are restricted here, but I have tapped a lot into laughter yoga. And Paul and I, we remind ourselves just to have silly laughters, even when you fake it, even at the moment you need to fake it sometimes. Apparently, the physical body is recognizing it as if you really genuinely feel joy and laughter. So,
and if that doesn't work, she just smiles at me with
exactly.
the missing tooth, and I crack up.
Yeah. Absolutely, it works.
Every time.
So, I don't know. Shall we do the laughter yoga thing?
Sure,
or?
absolutely. It's
So
a great
I don't
start.
know if you're familiar with it, but I don't know if can we unmute all, or how does it work?
Yeah, I think so. Want them unmuted?
It would be nice if we could hear each
Yeah,
other. It's a little
good
funny
idea.
to talk into
Unmute. Oh,
nothing.
if you have a lot of background noise, then just please re-mute yourself. Okay.
So, if we can do this together, we just feel and sense into our area.
Belly gut.
Below the belly button, the womb or the second chakra, or however you want to call it. and really just breathe into there, hold it, and really take a nice deep breath. And exhaling. And really call yourself into the present moment, into the now. And if you will, please keep your eyes open, because this is just a real kind of playful warm-up. So what we do in laughter yoga, we go into a rhythm of the cha-cha-cha. I don't know if you ever have dance lessons, but the cha-cha-cha. So I'm just kind of demonstrating it. It's really simple. And I'm demonstrating it with sound. And then we do it first together, if you choose to do so, slowly. And then we will speed up, and you will see how from there you could go into a laugh. Just a silly laugh. So I start slowly, cha-cha-cha rhythm. Ho, ho, cha-cha-cha. Ho, ho, cha-cha-cha. So, and if you all want to do that too, it's 2 claps. Ho, ho, cha-cha-cha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ha, ha, ha. Woo! Great! Yes. Okay, let's try it again. Let's create a worldwide silly. Exactly, Glorian. Exactly that. And ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ha, ha, ha. And we speed it up. Yeah.
When was the last time you laughed?
Yes. It's so silly that you just. Thanks for joining this. Yeah.
Oh man.
Contagious laugh.
So as a matter of fact, we should just come together for half an hour and laugh together. I mean, I watched some videos yesterday. That's people do. They just laugh together, and it's so good for your immune system and very healing. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Isn't it good? Doesn't it feel good?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's keep laughing. What are we stopping for? Laughnosis.
Laughnosis, exactly. Yeah. Good.
Once you start, you can't stop, and that's a good thing. Yeah, this is. Now I don't want to talk about anything serious, though.
No. Let's all stay in the womb energy and close our eyes and just center yourself with this energy. With this energy of playfulness, of creativity, of physical joy and fun and pleasure, this receptive energy. Focus on just being really grounded in this. Breathe into it. Yes. Grounding and filling yourself up with receptive energy, intuitive guidance from the divine feminine. Knowing that this divine is absolutely boundless and never changes. And no matter what we do or don't do, divine love and energy flows through you and us and is ever unchanging within you. And knowing this, you can make the decision to love generously. It's refilling you all the time. And when we commune with the spiritual presence expressing within us, we can open ourselves wide, shifting from mind to heart to womb or grounding chakra, even all the way down. And you can share the limited love, limitless love of this divine feminine within you. The love, you are the channel for love in this world. And really sense and feel into this possibility. Sharing your truth, being authentic. And please, everyone, pause there in this moment of reflection and centered receiving. And connect with a very simple word and energy. Connect with yes. Yes. Connect with yes. And sense and feel and hear and receive what this yes, your personal yes, is standing for. What is your yes? And how does it express itself within you, through you? Yes. Feeling deep, connecting deep within your yes. Yes. That's
Yes.
right. Yes. Yes.
Let's
Yes.
all say it together.
Yeah, let's say it
To
all
the extent of
together.
receiving the yes. Yes to life, yes to love, yes to being. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
When you are ready or feeling like you would like to share what your yes is, it might be a word, it might be a sentence, it might be any kind of image, or it might be a message from even an ancestor. Please feel free to share. I think we all can get a lot from each other's yeses.
Yes,
Freedom.
to uncertainty.
What'd you say?
Yes, to uncertainty.
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 Mm,
Letting go of control.
mm. Yeah.
That can be a hard yes, but a good one.
Yes to freedom.
Yes to
Yes
freedom.
to freedom.
Yes,
Mhm.
to freedom.
Yes to freedom.
Yes to freedom. Mm.
Yes to going forward.
to going forward.
Going forward. Yes.
Yes to going forward.
Yeah.
Yes to I am that I am.
Yeah.
Yes, coronavirus.
No.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yes,
Yes, for
to
healing.
surrender.
I think that's a very, very, very big point. Don't have any choice but saying yes.
yes.
And there is a bigger orchestration behind everything, and it's very difficult to bow to that. I agree, but
Yes, but
Yeah.
yes,
whatever it will be and is.
yes.
I sense when we are in no, we are
Resistance.
we are swimming against the stream. And do we have a chance when we do that? I don't know.
But it can be neutral. So if it's no, yes, and no, which is the polarity, the way you
Yeah.
get out from polarity is neutrality. So I prefer to be
Point.
neutral.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Thank you, Clara.
Yeah. When I got hit by lightning, it was the gigantic no. My resistance to is what made it stick in my body and cause trauma. When I regressed back and said yes to it, even though it sounded horrible and felt horrible, it let it pass through, and then the transformation could come. It took my yes to accept it and let it move through me. Jana, did you want to say something? I see you have your hand up, but
Yes, I already wrote it. Yes to playfulness. I don't know why.
yeah.
Ah, yes to playfulness.
Yes to playfulness.
Yes, big yes.
Yeah. So important.
Yes to surrender.
Yes.
Yes to
Yes to
surrender. Oh,
surrender.
Yes to surrender.
And yes to life.
Yes to
Yes
life.
to life. Yes to life. Big yes to life.
Yes to harmony.
Even though it's scary, yes to being scared too.
Yeah.
Yes to being scared. Yes.
Yes to knowing I'm not alone. Yes to allowance and acceptance. Yes to acceptance, light, and love.
Yes
Yeah.
to stepping forward now into my gifts to serve others. Gratitude for this opportunity. Much love to you. A big hug from Chicago, from Tracy. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm having such goosebumps here from all this collective affirmation.
Yes to changes. Yeah.
Yes to acceptance.
Yes to all
Yes to
changes.
acceptance.
Yes to acceptance.
Penny, yes to beauty and connection, connection,
Yes to
connection,
beauty. Yes to connection.
Yes to beauty. Yes to connection.
Stephanie, connection, and rebirth. Yes.
Yes. Yes to rebirth.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, it's a big presence
Yes.
of the energy of the 13, and it's the tarot card is the death. So you know, it's in order to rebirth, you have to die. So yes to dying, so we can rebirth.
We have many
Without
amazing women, goddesses, female energies with us here today. And there's one very special one whose birthday it is today. She's joining us from India via Portugal, via Netherlands.
And Germany and Romania.
Amazing Danka. What is Danka in the
71 years
costume?
young. She was a fortune teller.
Danka
in
the
our
fortune
Halloween,
teller.
costume.
Can we all wish her a happy birthday?
Oh, thank you so
Happy
much.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah. Happy
Birthday
birthday.
to you.
Happy
Birthday
birthday
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
to you.
When was the last time you had
Danke.
51 people sing to you, Danka?
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to start a girl band. Choir.
Oh, better not.
Oh, I think you're right.
I want to play the drums though.
It doesn't work electronically, sorry.
Well, we're going to do the Wise Woman Journey in just a moment, but because I often forget this kind of thing, I want to tell you now before I forget, or so I don't forget. The next Friday, we're going to meet again, or you're invited to meet again. We're going to do something on releasing fear and anxiety because there's so much of that going on in the world right now. We're going to do the I Am Safe journey, and it's something that we hope that you'll use for yourself, but also share it with other people. So Europe changes time this weekend. We're going to do it at the same time, 11 o'clock New York time, which will make it 5 o'clock in most of Europe. So it'll be a 6-hour time difference for Paris next Friday. And
Germany and
yeah,
Italy and
so send an invite, but just wanted to let you know. And we don't have it on the website yet, but all of our classes that are posted there are going to have to go online now. So we're going to do that. It should make it more accessible for everyone. So keep that in mind if you want to attend one of those or know someone that might want to attend. Okay, so we're going to keep going that way as long as we can. Practicum we'll figure out somehow. We don't know how we're going to do that, but at least the methodology we can do online. So, ready for the Wise Woman? Yeah, I am. I'm going to mute everybody. And at the end, we're going to ask you if you feel like you'd like to share the insights or messages you get from your Wise Woman, because I think we can all benefit from that. Just remember to unmute yourself for that if you would.
These headphones have a microphone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to keep switching back and forth.
No, we hear you.
Okay.
Okay. So, you want to get comfortable with your feet on the floor? Besa. Laughter yoga is still working. So with your feet on the floor, you let your eyes close and you first bring your attention to your breath, taking those longer, deeper, and letting go breaths. Beginning that process of turning inward and relaxing mind and body. Begin to imagine yourself in some place where you feel very safe, very calm, and very, very relaxed. As you imagine this place as vividly as possible, your body begins to feel as though you are truly there. Going deeper down and deeper within. You bring your attention to the center of your chest, your heart center, the center of feelings and emotions, and love. And you invite this heart to open. For this truly is the doorway to your inner world. And as you breathe and feel into this more open heart, allow whatever feelings you've been holding here to rise to the surface. In these last days, you've been strong, courageous, afraid, worried, loving, scared. Whatever the feelings are, open this heart and allow them to come. It might be laughter. It might be tears. It might be a mix. Just allow it. Heart opening. Breathing in and out. Diving deep into this heart now, through all of those layers of protection, through all of the different emotions, deeper and deeper within, diving all the way down to that second chakra, to your womb, to your hara, your gut, to that place deep within you where your wise woman dwells. Make that journey now to your wise woman. For she awaits you. Allow yourself to see, feel, experience your wise woman now. Notice how she appears to you. Notice how it feels to be in her presence. Welcome her forward. Notice that she has a message or messages for you. And be open to receive them now. And your wise woman has a gift for you. What is it that your wise woman offers you? And receive that gift. If you're unsure what it's for or how to use it, ask her. Perhaps you have a question for your wise woman. And now approach your wise woman and allow her to approach you. As you embrace, as she embraces you, you become one with your wise woman, for she is who you truly are. Feel the union, power, and the unconditional love. And as the wise woman that you are, Sophia is going to continue to help you connect with all of the women that are connected with you.
Connecting from this merged place. Call in the women before you, all the women in your ancestral lineage. Tapping into their energy, tapping into their experiences and the knowledge and understanding and strength they carry from their own lives, experiences. You can sense this field of energy which you are supported with by having been born into this specific family. All the women with all kinds of different fates and destinies. You can ask for their tools of understanding, for their ways of management through their various different learning processes through time and generations. Asking for them to connect and reveal themselves and asking for their assistance and help.
And as the wise, the awakened, wise woman that you are, connected with all those gathered here today and all those that have come before you. You want to once again feel your feet on the floor, the chair or sofa beneath you. Grounding in your body. And when you're ready, letting your eyes come open once again. Usually when I'm leading a journey like that, I can't tune into it that much myself, but some beautiful images and energies came that were wonderfully surprising. And I can imagine that for each of you, something significant came, and if you want to keep that to yourself, it's completely understandable. But if you got something that would benefit us or this planet that we are guests on, And we invite you now to share that with us, just one by one as you like. Unmute yourself and share that energy, that word, that message, that gift, that image that you received.
Hello.
Hi, nice to have you.
It's Bahia. It's so good to see you guys. I just wanted to share that when my wise woman presented herself, she was covered. And I was surprised by that. And when you were asking us to receive the message, I just kept hearing, now's not the time to hide. Now's not the time to hide. Now it's not the time to hide. And so what I was kind of connecting into that is, perhaps it's for me or perhaps it's for everybody, is now more than ever, our light is needed, our energy, our gifts, our ability to connect into this global coherence that you're creating here today. Thank you so much. And allowing for us to attune into more of our multidimensional body so that we can essentially dream weave this new future, because right now the future is unknown and it's kind of sitting in this standstill, and it can take so many different directions. So now's not the time to hide felt really like, this is your time now. So come out of the shadow, because I was led into a cave in the beginning, which felt very safe for me. And it's not that I'm hiding, and I still do things, but I guess making more of an impact for people. So if we have that within us, and we have the energy to do it, now more than ever, we should be doing it, I guess, is what I wanted to share.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you.
It's funny because mine was a little bit similar in that the gift I was given was a microphone and a podium. It was this message like lead, like it's time for that feminine energy to take a leadership role. And I think for me, I always kind of saw leadership as a masculine role and femininity was something different. And it was just this joining of the two and saying feminine can absolutely lead, and it's that time now.
It needs to now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yay.
And if I may add, leadership doesn't have to necessarily be a huge podium. It's sometimes just one person who needs you right now, and where you take that strength and your tools.
My message was very much about strength, and one of the gifts was a handshake and a hug, and it was about the importance of that physical connection between people, that it's such a gift. And this time has really made us realize that because we haven't been able to have that as much as usual, but to be able to express that and give that to people when we have that opportunity is very important.
Yeah.
It was nice you had your mother here today too. That was beautiful.
Yes, my mother is here.
Right?
Oh, nice.
Talk about tapping into that energy.
Yes.
And going with that as well, right at the very end of mine, I just saw all of these figures, like these lines of people just coming and coming. And it's,
Happening to that, for me, I just saw a ladder going up, and I was extending my hand and helping everyone keep going into the ladder going up. And I felt at a point that there was kind of distress, that somebody was trying to push others and grabbing my feet. I felt it in my feet. And I just tapped into the gift and gave it to the people. And I said, we all gonna go up. We just have to be patient and help each other.
Yeah. And not trample each other. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go at your own pace.
Yeah.
I'd like to share mine too, Beyza.
Yeah.
My wise woman gave me a sphere from crystal. It was crystal sized. And then I realized that I have a crystal sphere that I already used, like I bought a lot and I gave it as gifts to people. So it was in my hands. And for me, it was just being, like holding the sphere, which is the globe, the earth in my hands, and just feeling love. That's the message that I got. Like, be grounded and be calm and just give love to the crystal earth.
Yeah.
Earth needs it so much now. I think a lot of what's happening is about how we've mistreated the earth and yeah.
So calm energy. I really like it. That I don't, my feeling is that I don't need to do anything, just be. And that's so relaxing for me.
Yeah, just be.
Yeah.
Someone else want to share?
Yeah, I would like to share if it's fine. When I arrived to this space in the womb, she was sitting there on a rock in a beautiful white long dress with huge embroidered pink roses around. And she immediately gave me her hand and gave me one of the roses. So she said, "You're doing great." And then I understood that this rose, I can share it with everyone as I'm doing it at the moment, and it will just regenerate. So this gift is for the others. And then when you said that she's giving us a gift, I received another one for me. And it was a key to a whole new door, totally new path. And when I came there, it was serenity, calmness, love, just perfection. It was beautiful. Thank you.
I'd love to invite one of the men who's participating. If you've got something that you're willing to share, it'd be nice to hear from you as well. Travis.
Not pointing anyone out here.
There's more men in this group.
Isn't that nice? I'm so glad.
Yeah, so I guess what I was getting from it was sort of very distinct images, but they were, I was given like a crown of stars and said that you are loved and embraced by the divine feminine. And the gift was a scroll which was holding a vibration. So it was meant to be kept in the heart so that it could have a place to be present in life with me. And then eventually I was led by the ancestors of like the feminine ancestors of my lineage. They were supporting me and walking with me to a tent, and then they stood outside and let me go in, and then just sort of everything faded away, and I was just opened up to that divine feminine presence without any sort of object or personality, and it was that boundless space you were talking about at the beginning.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
While
Peter,
the
tell
other
I'm staring
men-
at him.
Thank you, Taris. It's so beautiful. While the other men think, I'm gonna share my what I got, and I was reminded about courage, and I was reminded about something that I had been doing the last week that I was like so troubled with, and is I have been seeing truths, and I had been like finding my voice and speaking from that truth, and it has been like a hard medicine for some people, and they are very disconcerted because they don't know where this is coming. But I was reminded that I am doing something that is very good. It's about courage, and this is one of the gifts that I have. It's like standing in the power of the feminine. And I don't know, it has some sound that is coming. And also I was reminded about, you know, when the connection with the other feminine, and I was reminded about needed to clean some resentment with some women in order to clear the connection with them, and it's women from my family. And I was reminded about what do I have to do, and speaking from that true and that courage that is coming now. And probably I am not going to be popular, but I can handle it. Yeah, I was reminded about the strong feminine.
Thank you.
Okay, I can share something. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Great, Peter.
Yeah. Well, so I have explored some past lives as a woman, and I sort of went back into that. Well, first, actually, I felt a hand come to my forehead, like somebody tending to me. And it's funny because when I woke up this morning, I wasn't feeling very good. And of course, you know, I started to panic and think, oh God, you know, this is it. Now everything is over. But it turned out, you know, Luann, who's the nurse, took my temperature and said, oh, no temperature. It's a cold. You got a cold. So, which she had the day before. But then I saw this connection to other women, not only that I had been engaged with, but also in my family, in my lineage, Italian women who were healing, not necessarily, you know, like we think today, someone who does it professionally, but that they were just kind of like the village healers, and they took care of people, and they understood about plants and herbs and things like that, and that they were all there, sort of helping me and getting me to get in touch with that feminine aspect of myself that, you know, ever since I did the readings in the Akashic Record and got in touch with some actual lives, that, you know, that I can bring that into my current life, that I can bring that feminine strength and energy and healing nature into my life. And I've been actually directing it to my son, who's you know, he's in his 30s, but he's living here right now, and had been, you know, having difficulty with his professional life. And so he suddenly got into this thing of taking over, you know, for the family, getting the food, making sure that everything was, you know, that we were free from any kind of contact with the virus. And so I started, you know, trying to work with him to develop that, to encourage him, you know, and really to praise him for that, for taking on that kind of healing role, which really is his inner feminine aspect, which he hadn't been in touch with. So I found that opening up as you were doing the induction, and it's very, very helpful to me.
Beautiful.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we need to hear from our birthday goddess. Can you unmute yourself there?
Me?
Yes.
Okay, I really like to share, but it is not, it is complex. It is complex, and so I hope that I can put it together. Yeah. So immediately when from the heart to the womb, and you said you meet in the womb the wise woman, and I felt, but I am it. I am the wise woman.
Yeah.
So there was no question of meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, and then I understood it was more to understand something very complex. I as a wise woman, I looked at the world, and when it was with you, Sophia, yeah, it was very powerful because I saw wars, I saw torture, I saw the people in Madrid who die because they don't get respirator, all this, and I was pure love and saying yes. I never experienced something like that.
Yeah.
It was, I saw Nazis and I could not hate them. I was love. I was love. Everything and everybody was my child. And I could only love my child. And so I understood this means unconditional love.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I was a wise woman, and I looked at the world, and my understanding was this is a time of upheaval, and it is a time of trial. And it is like it is said at the Apollo temple, where it is written, know thyself. Yeah. And this Socrates took over. This is a main, know thyself. This is a most essential for a life, for a human being. I understood this time is know thyself for whole mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will show, it shows us a mirror. If it goes towards something horrible, yeah, the potential is there. Or it goes to something better, yeah, not paradise, but better, that mankind evolves. And it is all about morality, about ethics. And it is everybody is essential in his and her ethical, moral choices from hour to hour, yeah, situations we are presented with, and where we can react with love and with solidarity, with compassion, or we react selfish.
Yeah.
This is what it is about, all this situation. It's a moral mirror, and we will discover at the end better who we are as humans, because humanity is ethic. It is to be ethical. Yeah.
Thank
so
you
it is,
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really resonate with that unconditional love that you speak of. It's limitless, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
And ethical behavior. This is what it is about.
Thank you. Yeah. We've gone over the time we said we'd go, but if you want to keep going, I think we're both fine with that. If you need to go,
Absolutely.
that's okay. We understand.
I can share mine if you want.
Please.
If you,
Thanks for
yeah, for
helping
me it's
this.
always curious because with forwarding, yeah, don't
Yeah.
worry.
Thank you.
I'm always surprised because the place I always end up being in is a forest, and I'm the least. I consider myself the least nature person on this planet. Quite happy in my little apartment, but it always ends up being a forest, and I always have very important meetings there. And the gift I got from my wise woman, the watcher of the forest, was a dry stump. You know, this like cut tree, and I didn't know what to do with it. So as you said, just ask how to use it. And for me, I just needed to sit on it, be very grounded, and feel the old roots of the tree that was cut down, and just feel myself together and be that tree. And as I was sitting calmly, stillness and patience, and in some ways endurance and focus, I started to become the trunk, and then it was the branches and the leaves, and it was a complete union with that tree. But also I felt very connected with recycling energy flow from earth up to the sky and somehow back. It was just motion, but in order for this to have, a lot of work needs to be done, and I'm a big doer, but here I have to do nothing as usual.
Yeah.
This is the current the messages I've been receiving through many times, just to still myself for once and to focus on just being. That requires endurance, and that as action of, I don't know, planting the forest, I guess. But this is the message I got.
Thank you.
And again, yes, there was somebody who said there is no time, and when there were ancestors, you know, in female form, they were all there at one time, at the same time. And the change that we can make for us today will reverberate through all the generations before or after us. So it's now.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we'll take one more and then we'll conclude. Nora's never said nothing.
I'll share. Well, for me, it was, I think, paving the way to choose differently was the big message from my wise woman, who felt closer than ever, something I'm proud of. And yeah, I saw like lines and lines of women on like mountaintops. They're just cheering us. This is a time for change, definitely, and we're going to do this. It's going to happen. So let's surrender.
Beautiful. So we've recorded today. If you send me an email, I'll give you a link so that you can download this. Our hope in sharing this with you is that you'll share it with others as well, to help bring about this shift that we're experiencing now, to help really step into the transformation that's occurring. As you said, welcome it, just be, maybe stop some of our doing, take time to be, turn inward, and do some of our own healing and share this with others. Thank you so much for coming today. Charu, did Charu want to say something?
Sophia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank everybody.
Much
Thank
love.
you.
Thank
Thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Be well.
Pleasure.
Stay
Thank you.
nice.
Be safe.
Yeah.
And join us next Friday, same time if you want, for reducing fear and anxiety, doing I Am Safe. I'll send a notice. Love you all.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye. Thank you, everybody.
sharing your energies. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm.